Good morning.
Hi, happy
Friday Eve.
There we go.
Yes, sir. You know it.
But Paula, oh wait, she didn't say it.
Paula.
Unless I'm
Maybe
missing
she's
something.
waking up still.
It's
That's
29
fair.
degrees where she is though.
Ooh.
We do know that.
Yeah, it's a chilly morning.
It is.
We both started the car 15 minutes before I even left. There was a little bit of frost on my windshield, and there was frost everywhere else on my neighbor's windshield, a little bit on the grassy surfaces. And yeah, it's still cold this morning right now.
Yeah, jackets are definitely needed. Yes. Anything to keep you warm, some oatmeal, coffee.
Hot coffee, maybe hot chocolate if you don't do caffeine. We didn't even make coffee this morning.
Yeah, maybe that's not your thing. That's okay.
Yeah.
You're still accepted here and welcome. Please stay with us. We're an accepting bunch, huh?
We are. Yeah. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're joining us this morning, if you're new to the conversation, welcome. Yeah. We do these mostly every morning at 8:35. So we'll get into the forecast. We're looking at Hurricane Milton, or what's left of Hurricane Milton now. And then our own forecast here in northern Michigan. If you're watching from a different location and you're curious about the weather, if you're planning something outdoors today, let me know where. We can try to forecast for you and give me the time too. That's always helpful.
So nice of you, Heather.
Yes, I try my best. But we got a lot to talk about, not only the hurricane, but some rain and then maybe even northern lights tonight, Brendan.
Ooh, there's been a lot of talk of it lately. Yep. I heard that the fall is the most common time to see it.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's what somebody told me yesterday. Yeah.
Some weather person. But yeah, fall is when we typically see more. Yeah, we see about almost 2 times the amount of geomagnetic storms. The sun is just more active. We see more CMEs and solar flares, coronal mass ejections, which usually allow for more geomagnetic activity in the atmosphere. So,
if you say so.
I love space weather. It's so fun.
It is fascinating.
Yeah.
I'll just, I'll nod.
He just knows when I run inside at 2 in the morning and say, "Get out of here and go see the northern lights."
Get out.
Get. Why are you at the computers?
So
that might be tomorrow morning.
Maybe tomorrow. Okay.
I'm serious, but clouds will be an issue, so we'll talk about that.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's always something we deal with in northern Michigan, though.
Yeah.
We're up north enough to see the northern lights easily, but if the clouds cooperate, so. Any other things before we get started, Mr. Brendan Kinney?
No, ma'am, Miss Heather Bricca.
No, ma'am. Wow. Okay, sir. Let's get into it. On Wednesday, we're talking about Hurricane Milton. Florida broke its record for most tornado warnings issued in a single day. I guess that should not be plural, tornado warnings. I'm just realizing this. It's aired in the TV side and everything. Oh, well. How many were issued? Was it 95 warnings, 100, or 126? Either way,
it's a lot.
That's a lot to have to issue.
In one day.
In one day. And usually it's on the right-hand quadrant of the hurricane. So when you're looking at the eye on the right-hand top side is when we usually see more of those tornadoes because of the rotation in the atmosphere, the instability, the moisture. We're talking warm core lows. So think about that. Then give me your answer.
Okay.
All righty. Brendan loves the weather quiz standings, by the way. Very excited about them this morning. No. He wants Gib to float them and get rid of them. Get out. All right, we're talking about the cool temperatures right now. If you're heading out the door, maybe you're just listening to us getting ready, and grab that sweater, jacket, and get that car started because it is a chilly start still, especially in Crawford County. 24 degrees right now, 28 in Cadillac, Houghton Lake, 30 in Bel Air, 41. It's one of the warm spots this morning, warm in quotation marks, 41 degrees on Mackinac Island. Now we're tracking slight chance of some rain tomorrow. Today we're looking at dry weather, and it's mainly with a weaker cold front that will move in. So we'll see spotty showers at best tomorrow. And then By the weekend, looks like we'll start off pretty dry. Then our next big weather maker will move in. We're looking at more widespread rain. Not as much as what Joe and I were initially thinking. We were thinking maybe ½ inch of rain. Doesn't look like that much with this system. Looks a little bit more sparse than what we were thinking and what the models are showing. So still more of a chance of rain, a better chance Sunday. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, few chances around. I do think it's going to be more isolated, and we'll call it few showers. So here's a look at our Thursday on Stormcast. Few clouds around, but the afternoon, look at that. Plenty of sunshine. Hardly any wind today too. Very quiet, tranquil October afternoon. If you're to be outside, we're looking at no weather issues. Tonight we're looking at a partly cloudy sky. As I mentioned, the northern lights potential, I'll get into that in a second, but the cloud cover will be an issue. Early tomorrow morning, we'll see a little bit of some clouds moving in. That's ahead of our next weather maker, so winds will start to pick up tomorrow too. But look at that, by mainly the later part of the afternoon to the early evening, around dinner, we'll start to see a few showers around the eastern upper peninsula, dipping into portions of the northern lower. So mainly north is where we have a better chance of seeing some showers. That's tomorrow night around 6 or 7. The eastern side could see a shower or two, but it's going to be a short-lived weak cold front. And then look at that, by Saturday morning, already drying out again. The northern light chance is present tonight, so we're looking at partly cloudy skies. Look to the northern horizon. You could see them. Make sure you're away from city lights and adjust your eyes about 15 to 20 minutes from looking at any lights. You have a better chance of seeing faint colors of light. Usually it's a lot easier to see them through a camera because it can allow more light in. So your better chance of seeing them will be through the camera. But we have that chance tonight. G2 to G4. Moderate to severe geomagnetic storm level. So pretty strong. And it looks like Friday night we have a chance to, again, cloud cover could be an issue Friday night, but it's pretty active right now, and that will carry into even into the first beginning of at least the weekend there. So looking at nice weather today, we'll talk about the highs and then we'll get into Hurricane Milton. 58 to 66 degrees, sunny all day long. And if we see a wind, it'll be south to more westerly wind today. Here's a live look over in Orlando. We're under a west-northwesterly sustained wind of 20 miles per hour. Still feeling the impacts of Hurricane Milton that made landfall last night. It's currently 72 degrees there with light rain falling. And here's a look at where Milton is right now. It's sitting right 75 miles east-northeast of Cape Canaveral. And it's still a Category 1 hurricane. It made landfall as a Category 3 last night, and right closer to Sarasota is where it made, Siesta Key, Sarasota areas where it made landfall. We're looking at it still at 85 miles per hour, and it's moving east-northeast at 18 miles per hour with the pressure level of 980 millibars. This will continue to move more northeast throughout the day. So by the afternoon, it'll still be a weaker Category 1 hurricane, and then it's going to really weaken by late tonight into early tomorrow morning as a low pressure system, post-tropical depression. And that's the good news with Milton, is that when we are tracking Hurricane Helene, you know, the main impacts and the problem was that it stayed in Florida, tracked through, went up the Carolinas, and then through Georgia and all of that. So we are looking at least the impacts of this not lasting as long. Storm surge still an issue in Florida, reports of a lot of water, flooding. You could still see a little bit of some rain by this afternoon closer to Daytona Beach. But look at that. By 5, 6 o'clock, a lot of our rain chances come to an end there, and the effects of Milton will be minimal by early tomorrow morning. Here's a look at our day. 4-zone forecast: highs 50s and 60s, mostly sunny skies in the eastern upper, a lot of sunshine expected south of the bridge, 50s and 60s too, and hardly any wind today. Very calm day, nice pleasant October afternoon. And mainly 60s in our southern counties. Tonight, not as cold as last night. Partly cloudy sky in the eastern upper, mainly 40s and 50s south of the bridge. Could see upper 30s inland. That will be our cooler spot in those typical areas that we normally see those lower temperatures. Ross, Comet, Crawford counties. But partly cloudy sky just about everywhere, and mainly upper 30s, low 40s, could reach 50s. Here's a look at the extended forecast. Quiet weather today, few PM showers tomorrow, warmer temperatures. It's not going to really feel like fall tomorrow, but then a dry start to the weekend. Then a rain shower Sunday, few to scattered showers Monday and Tuesday, and a little bit cooler by next week. We're talking about shoe fun this morning, and every morning we debut a new pair of golden shoes. This week are the On Cloud sneakers, so this is a fun, more colorful pair. A little bit of some lavender action with some green, so super comfy, bouncy shoes.
Bounce on back to that weather desk, Heather.
My weather cave, thank you.
Because we have people to say hi to here on this Thursday. Paula's saying good morning. Got Paula watching from Boyne Falls, sunny, and like we'd mentioned, 29 degrees already. Wendy said good morning from Prudenville. Love, love, love that color on you, Heather.
Thank you. It's my orangey red for the Tigers.
Yes.
My other orange dress is dirty, so.
Game for tonight.
Yep, excited for tonight. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Brendan asked me at the end of the live show what my forecast is for the Tigers game. Hopeful. That's the forecast.
All right. A safe bet.
Yes.
And you may have already answered this, Heather, but Wendy wants to know what's the best time frame to see the Northern Lights.
The thing is with the Northern Lights, and if you ask anybody this, similar answer across the board. It varies because the intensity and the timing is different, and it's very hard to forecast when it's the best time to see them. So typically you want to try to see them later in the evening, mainly past midnight. The darkest part of our night tends to be 1 or 2 in the morning. That's when you have a better chance just with the darkness. But there has been reports of the Northern Lights, even the last event we talked about on the show. It was around 11:30 midnight that people saw it. So it varies with the time. There's a few Aurora Lights apps that will tell you viewing probability and the strength of the KP index. When the KP index is more than 4, you do have a better chance of seeing them. That means that it's a little bit more intense. 6 is when you really start to see the colors even with your own eyes and the lights dancing around. So it's hard to tell you the real peak because it is so hard. It varies with how strong the intensity of the CMEs and the solar flares are. But know that with the severe geomagnetic storm impact over the next few hours into the evening, you have a better chance of seeing them tonight. So I know it's not a definite answer and it's a hard one, but just keep your eyes on the sky.
Just don't go to bed. Simple
you know,
as that.
Susan Radke, who's a loyal Facebook Live viewer, she was like sending us Northern Lights pictures, never like took a nap or anything throughout the morning show and sent them in at 2 or 3 in the morning. I've even got reports as late as 3:30 in the morning from our last event too. So it really just varies. And it varies on your location and it will really vary with the cloud cover.
Susan Lash Sims is saying good morning. It's sunny and 34 in Kalkaska. Now Paula wants us to know it was 25 when she got up this morning.
Oh, yeah, it was chilly.
My mom says hello, Facebook friends. Hope everyone is well and has a wonderful day. Hopefully you do the same, Mom. Brian wants to know, why are we seeing so much more activity with Northern Lights? I don't recall as a child ever seeing so much geomagnetic activity.
More years, I mean, the sun is very cyclic in nature, and so some years we see more activity with solar flares and CMEs, and that just has to do with the activity on the sun. So it's all about the sun. And so maybe, I know there's been more emphasis with space weather in general. We have a lot more focus, a lot more meteorologists now in space weather. The Space Weather Prediction Center has hired a lot more people. So I think the message is getting out there better too. We have better model guidance. So I think there's a combination of more activity on the sun, but also just being more aware of the solar activity that we do have.
Okay. We have Wally chiming in, saying good morning, hi to the team. He's in Maya, where it's 31 degrees, and he says our place in North Fort Myers survived the hurricane.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
that, Wally.
I hope everywhere else, and if other people are watching that have places, I hope everything's okay.
Now, he said the tornado that touched down at the park next to us destroyed 20+ trailers. Then the tornado went around the back of the park and hit the park next door and some trailers. They were destroyed, but all is well with his. So we're glad to hear that, Wally.
Wow,
Thanks for that update.
And the tornadoes are really, really big. The videos I saw, they were huge.
A lot of spin in the atmosphere, huh, Heather?
A lot of rotation going on.
We don't like to hear this from Susan Radke. Well, she's watching from Akiak Lake. It's 30 and sunny. The part that we don't like, she fell last night and cracked a rib.
Oh my gosh, Susan.
Sorry to hear that, Susan.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Hopefully you can rest,
take
it easy.
Really not much you can do with the cracked rib.
No,
No. She's praying for Floridians, as a lot of people are. Yeah. Brian is, I'm guessing, watching from Boyne City. Good morning to you, Brian. Susan Lash Sims guessing 100 warnings. Nancy is in East Jordan, where it's 31. Susie Q is saying, looking awesome, Heather, with your orange dress. And Brendan looks handsome in your blue tie. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's 34 in Traverse City. On our way to Weight Watchers this morning.
Fun.
On this Thursday, Susie Q. Paula is guessing 126 warnings. Go big or go home, she says. Susie Q is guessing 100 warnings. Jackie is also watching. It's 32 in Kalkaska. She can't see the lake. There's so much fog on it right now, Heather.
Oh, wow.
And Mark L. watching from Fremont, Indiana. Beautiful sunny day. I think, was it just yesterday he went to Benton Harbor or something like that?
I think it was yesterday. Hopefully it went well.
Going north across the border. Dave said another nice sunny day here in Breckenridge. Sure could use some rain here, and our place in Florida appears to be okay. It's all good for us. Again,
Good
glad to hear it, Dave. Bethel says, hi guys. And we say, hey Bethel.
Hi, Bethel.
Joel said good morning from the road. 27 degrees, concrete at 10. Guessing 100 for the quiz, Heather.
Okay.
Mark's guessing 126. Mark L. Jackie, I thought she already guessed. Nope, I just imagined that. 126. And Matt's watching from sunny Rogers City. 126 is his guess.
Okay.
Wendy says, thank you. We got some great photos of the Northern Lights last April around 10:14 p.m.
See, it totally varies.
And she's guessing 100. Susan Radke guessing 126. And Alice is reporting 33 degrees in Alpena. Sun trying to come out. She's guessing 95 warnings. And we're all caught up.
All right. Miss Alice did send me a picture of her cat this morning.
Oh.
Her black kitty.
How's the kitty doing?
Looks like a good kitty, happy one. Just sitting there looking at mom. I'll have to show you.
Waiting for a treat?
Adorable. Maybe looking for a treat, maybe attention.
All the above.
All the above?
Yeah.
Yeah. But thank you for sending that, Alice. Love kitty pictures anytime you have them.
The more the better.
More the merrier. All right, so on Wednesday, Florida broke its record for how many tornado warnings issued in a single day. How many were issued?
I guessed 100.
126. Go big or go home. You could have used that advice this morning, Brent.
Could have.
Here's a look.
All right, well, that's, a quick look at your weather quiz standings coming up tomorrow morning.
It's coming up.
Madison's back.
Yeah.
Nah, you can go through your thing, Heather.
Yeah, well, Brendan is on a losing streak.
Yeah, people can see that, Heather.
Big yikes. Yep.
They can see that.
Director Gibb, Facebook viewers, you guys are tied neck and neck, 1 for 4. And Gail chimed in this morning. And then producer Sarah, she's winning with only 2 for 4 this week, claimed that I made the weather quizzes hard this week. And she asked for this one, this specific weather quiz.
We're good with that. Thank you. All good. It's embarrassing enough.
If people pay attention to.
So coming up tomorrow morning, Madison's back. And Heather, we're talking free Halloween costumes in Antrim County.
Yeah, free ones, which if you need help deciding like I do, maybe this will help you out. Don't have to spend a lot of money on Halloween costumes. So we'll be live 4:30 to 7. Madison will be joining us at 6:15 and 6:45 for her live reports.
Yeah, there's a costume swap. So
yes.
Susan Radke, poor Brendan, we still love you. Thank you.
You know what, Susan?
Feel the love.
We do,
I need all the support I can get.
If you guys ever think that I help him out, this is proof that
it's quite clear.
Every man and woman for themselves.
Every gib for himself.
Every gib for himself.
And, oh, Jackie said, Brendan, call me tomorrow. I'll help you with the answer.
You know what?
We make our guess maybe about 6 o'clock.
Sometimes 5 if I make the weather quiz earlier.
So how early are you up, Jackie? Because in fact, can I phone a friend tomorrow?
Phone a friend?
Like in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
We could just
I need
replace
that.
your name with Jackie's name.
Yeah, if tomorrow, oh, I hope I can. Can you do something easy tomorrow? Because that's gonna really
Brendan,
be.
I kind of hope so. It's so funny when you're on a streak, but not a good one. And then it's 0 for 5. I think it'd be funny.
Well, it's just too bad. We have to get going right away.
Yeah.
I actually do have something at
You do
9,
have
so.
an interview, yeah, but.
Any comments, Gib, before we say bye?
He just said over
He just
4.
repeated my score. So, all right, thanks for your time and for the love, Susan. Appreciate it.
All right, everyone. Have a good rest of your Friday Eve. We'll be back here tomorrow morning. We'll see you then.